It's just about that time of the week. Time for the Weekly Weebs Podcast. Grab your friends, family, waifus, and husbandos, and join your favorite weebs for an exciting show of anime talk. Hosts Crimson, Frenchie, Wigwiki, and Zario Machini will review and suggest shows, talk about news from the industry, and tackle some of the biggest arguments in the world of anime. It's the Weekly Weebs Podcast, starting now.
What's up, all you beautiful people? It's your 600,000 million favorite podcasters all in one podcast called the Weekly Weebs, which by default makes it your favorite podcast.
Yeah.
Because all of your favorite podcasters are here, so what could you
Fair.
not love about it? Alright, so it's time for a review episode. We're going to review Zom 100, but wait!
There's more.
I wasn't here last time, so I gotta talk about Suzume.
That's right, you weren't here last time. Please hold. Okay, I'm ready.
Alright. So I'll just go through my my scores and talk about it as I go. Short answer, I fucking loved this movie. It kind of just, you know, it hits my expectations of what this I don't know his name, but this creator does with his movies between Your Name and Weathering With You. His movies are just fucking awesome. So, spoiler alert, I liked it a lot. Personal enjoyment, I gave a 10 because this movie was amazing. I loved it. Animation, I gave a 10. I don't think this guy releases movies without pouring just a shit ton of cash into the animation budget. Because just between, you know, everything in the cities moving around, and then the worm like coming out of the door and threatening everything, everything.
The worm.
Everything just looked like beautiful and moved really well. Character development, I gave that a 6. It's not like character development doesn't happen, of course, but I don't really know if I would say that the characters are that different between the start and the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Soundtrack, I give a 10. It's Rad Wimps again. And they hit it out of the park every time. World building, I give a 7. I'd say that this movie gave us like really all the information we needed to know, kind of established that the worms and the doors have kind of always been a thing.
Worms and doors and doors and worms.
Yep. And the rules of like the keystones and the closers and everything. Plot, I give an 8. I felt like the way that everything played out was pretty sweet. It was a good ride. Voice acting, I give an 8. I'd say everybody's voice fit them, you know, fairly well. It was really good. Art style, I gave a 10. Like especially when it comes to like landscape shots, you know, like the designs of the cat creature things and the worms, and you know, basically the same for animation. Everything looked absolutely gorgeous. And like, man, this guy's really top notch when he makes his movies. I'll say that. Uniqueness, I gave a 10 because I can't think of another thing that's anything like that. Like, you know, this movie didn't end up being anything like what I was expecting it to be when I heard about a movie of a guy being turned into a chair.
Yeah.
But then again, I didn't exactly know what to expect.
With a movie about a guy being turned into a chair?
Yeah. But yeah, there's definitely nothing like it that I can think of.
Except the one where they got turned into
kitchen ornaments.
What is that?
The Brave Little Toaster?
Miss Pot.
Beauty and the Beast?
Yeah.
I guess so. I fucking guess so.
You're gonna look at me and tell me that I'm wrong? That I'm wrong? She was a pot and had a face, dog.
Wicked Witch of the East, bro.
She went down on a freaking candelabra, bro.
She rode here in a horse, bro. And what was her father? Brilliant.
Jesus Christ.
Recommendability, I gave a 9. I don't know if this movie will be absolutely for everybody, but pretty close. Pretty close. I probably won't tell people much more than it's about a guy that gets turned into a chair, so that they go in with as much information as I did.
Yeah, same.
You gotta watch this movie about this dude turned into a chair.
Yeah.
You'll never guess his favorite cereal. Cheerios.
So what's your total?
Total's 88.
All right, so that puts our new average for Suzume at 85.
What did you guys give it?
85, 81, 85.
Right on.
Alright.
Now we can talk about Zom 100.
Yeah. Gesundheit.
Who assigned it?
Me.
All right, go ahead and get it started.
Yeah. So I liked this show quite a bit. I obviously haven't read the manga, so I can't speak on.
It's
that
pretty
behalf.
accurate to the manga. I'm still just mad the quote they took out in the first episode.
Oh.
Everything else is pretty good.
First thing I'll get out of the way, because I'm sure we'll all have something to say on it. The opening song for this show fucking slapped.
It's so fun.
It is. Song of the Dead.
I thought it was okay.
I'm gonna have to look it up again before.
I don't think it's necessarily a banger. I just thought it was really fun.
It is like a fun song, but I actually
There's to be a song of the dead.
it was fine. I actually gave soundtrack not as high of a score because I didn't really fuck with the soundtrack of this show that much, and
I liked it.
The opening is included in that.
I like that they took a very overused genre of zombie movie, the zombie trope.
Mhm.
They took it and they made it fun. Like you see a lot of movies nowadays and shows nowadays with zombies where it's like everything's so serious and it's like, oh, we gotta stop the zombie outbreak and stuff.
Mhm.
Nah, this guy's just like, oh, zombies are happening. I get to live the rest of my life how I want to now. I want to make a bucket list of shit I want to do, and I fucking love it.
Yeah.
This is such a fun show, and the colors in it are gorgeous.
Yeah, I love the colors, especially how they use that to show who's a zombie.
Mm-hmm.
Like the zombies will have the different color blood.
Yeah, like the different
Splattered on
rainbow
'em.
style. Yeah, that was a very good choice for art design to do for something like that. I thought the characters were really funny. The blonde German who just happens to be there is
Beatrix is my favorite character.
She's incredible. She's also hot.
True. Titties.
Titties.
Thank you for loving our culture.
God, I fucking love this show. I want to rewatch it again, and then I kind of want to read the manga because I'm curious as to how much farther where they're at versus
The manga's not done. It's still coming out.
I know.
Oh, nice.
I'm wondering where episode 12 would ends in
Google
the
it.
anime. I mean, I know I could, but I'm wanting to wait until I actually determine if I'm gonna read it or not because I'm reading 7 or 8 different things right now.
I think it was a chapter.
Oh, your mic cut out.
Yeah, your mic cut out there.
I think it was a chapter in
go.
the 30s.
Haha.
Because I actually ended right as the zombies are attacking the village.
Oh, gotcha.
That was the perfect spot. I didn't even see the part about his dad having just a hemorrhoid.
Which is so funny.
When he said that he wanted to leave Tokyo and go see his family, I was fully expecting them to already be zombies by the time that he got there. I was like, man, this is about to be fucking sad.
And then it turned out to be really good and heartwarming because it's like, oh, the family's alive and he just wants to, pay them back for everything that they've done for him, and his dad's got hemorrhoids.
Yeah, it was still a little sad because the asshole guy.
I will say,
yeah.
he and his band of miscreants, kind of sucked.
Yeah.
I don't like them, but
as villains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, why is Bryce Patrick's voice so perfect for villains? Because it was the perfect amount of creepy, just like when he plays the fucking devil in Black Clover.
Yeah. I don't know.
I kind of liked it in the aspects of, like, I think they sucked as villains, but in terms of the philosophy behind the polar opposite, I liked.
Yeah,
That
did
part
like
I
that.
liked. I didn't like them themselves. I thought they were fucking losers.
Yeah, I didn't like.
The idea behind it was what I was like. Oh,
Yeah.
so if there's someone out there that I didn't like how he knew him. I feel like that was too much of a fucking coincidence that they knew each other and they just decided
From,
to
like,
do opposite
college.
things. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate this guy because he's not super depressed like I am. Like, his character motivation was stupid.
Yeah.
that's
yes.
true. That's true.
I-
The idea
I'm-
behind it was like I just want to be able to do whatever I want and
Yeah.
like complete my bucket list. And so I'm gonna do the same thing, but the evil side. That's kind of cool.
Everybody treated me like an introvert, and these people tried to be nice to me, and then I didn't accept their niceness. So I'm gonna kill this entire
Why
guy's
don't I
entire
have
village.
friends?
I have these friends, but they all suck too.
Maybe that's when you know it's a you problem.
Yeah.
Also, I want to force my tongue down a girl's throat.
Yeah. That was. I didn't like that whole. I
Like-
didn't like the
It's-
band of miscreants.
I
I liked
like-
the leader. I thought he was fine. His motivation
Yeah.
was whack, but like the band of miscreants, they just felt so out of left field.
Like with their things.
That generally, yeah, like they just seemed.
I don't know. Like it's it's not out of left field.
I mean, I
'Cause
know they're all
they're
like
all-
outcasts.
Well,
Like
not
I get
necessarily
that's kind of
like
their
the
whole-
main group has their goals too that they're helping with, so they're gonna have goals that one guy's gonna
Yeah.
help them with.
Right.
That's how he created his thing, and their whole shtick is that I want to do the most fucked up shit I can because
Yes,
there's
that's
no
fair.
fucking rules or laws now.
Yep.
So what do you think they're gonna do? Oh yeah, I'm gonna fucking do that.
I didn't mind the other guy that abandoned his family, and then the lady who was just like a perfectionist and everyone hated her for it.
Yeah,
I just didn't like the guy that just wanted to.
just wanted to
shove
shove
his-
his tongue down the
You
throat.
don't have to like him,
Yeah.
but that is something that it's an evil thing that you want to
Yeah.
do. Just
Yeah.
like the evil
Right.
thing like that. Like it's,
I mean, that's how-
it fits the stuff.
I mean,
no,
that's,
I'm just
that's
saying I
how
don't like- he
that's
just
how I
gave-
felt about it.
He just gave me the ick. That's why I didn't like him. I'm not saying his
definitely.
motivation was bad.
Well, it is bad, but it's supposed
Yeah.
to be.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt about it. Is they really fit the like motif they were going for.
The fucking flight attendants episode.
That was so fucking fun.
Oh man,
I want to wine and
Chugging.
dine a flight attendant
chugging an entire bottle of tequila
through his nose.
Yeah. I will say, like, it was it was cute towards the end before the flight attendant became the zombie, where she was like, thank you for doing this and being there, and then
That change in the character was so fast, though. Of I'm scared for my life, and you're gonna ask me about my boyfriend, and then all of a sudden you're gonna chug a bottle of tequila to try and impress us too. You're such a nice person.
they were also probably drunk as fuck.
I still didn't like it.
Yeah.
Like a character moment like that, she sounds completely sober when they're talking. Also, he'd be fucking dead.
I would be for sure.
Yeah.
He would not be having coherent conversations
Oh,
and
no,
then
I feel
outrunning
you.
zombies.
I feel like he would have been fine. I think he'd be dead because eventually your body's gonna fucking purge it before all of it goes there. You know what I mean?
It's only been a couple hours. He would still be drunk. You can puke a shit ton, you're still drunk.
He can still be drunk, but like
He drove the motorcycle out of the place
Yeah, everybody.
with the guy holding a giant widescreen TV on the back.
I respect that.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Hey, at least that other guy got laid that night.
Yeah.
Dude, that guy's so fucking funny, dude.
Yeah.
The amount of times where I'll just be sitting there watching it, and then all of a sudden his ass is on the screen. I'm just like,
You want
what
to
the
bite of this juicy piece of
I
ass?
did not expect that at all, and I'm fucking lost my shit.
Like when he's bait for the zombie shark.
Yep.
The zombie shark is one of my favorite moments.
Yeah.
That was so
And
good.
the way they explain it's like the scuba divers that swallowed must have turned into zombies in its stomach. What? It's so stupid that it's funny.
Yeah.
I also liked that we get to see zombie animals in this. So,
Yeah.
you know, I never see zombie animals in fucking shows.
Other than like Pet Cemetery.
Never seen it.
Game of Thrones.
Never seen it.
Never saw Game of Thrones?
I'm
Well,
out.
okay,
I'm
I've seen
out.
Game of Thrones, but I stopped after the 7th episode,
Ninth.
9th episode.
When
Damn.
Ned Stark.
Yeah, I've tried watching it 3 separate times, and after every time that happens, I'm like, fuck this show. This is dumb as fuck, and then I stop watching.
Well, I mean, if that bums you out, that's not even close to the saddest thing that happens in that show.
In the first
I'll
like
never
3
know.
seasons.
And I'll never
Here
know.
comes the king of the north. Here comes the king of the north.
Speaking of bums, the best friend who's always getting naked.
That's who we were just talking about.
I thought
Yeah,
you were talking about
literally.
Game of Thrones.
We were.
That's how it led into that conversation because he was naked. That's why he was bait for the shark.
Okay, I'm
I
tracking
just
now.
quoted, "Do you want a piece of this juicy ass?"
He doesn't listen to us, so.
So
No, he doesn't. You'd think that.
Crimson, are you one of those people that listens but doesn't actually listen? You just think about the thing you're gonna say next.
So I have
He
very
hears,
horrible,
but he doesn't listen.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Like I hear you guys are speaking, but my brain will not fully process it into like remembrance of that.
I know you guys are speaking. I just don't care about what you're talking about.
You think
Well,
that
I was
since you're wearing
also-
a headset, when it goes in one ear, it wouldn't come out the other. But I guess
It would just
not.
bounce back and forth.
Yeah. you'd
Well,
think.
I'm also actively looking at the episode list again, just so we can have recap of everything.
He just heard juicy piece of ass, and his mind just
Yeah.
went
You just scared
elsewhere.
the fuck
mind
out of me. You
melted.
walked in here so fast, so quiet that I didn't know what was happening.
Cat watched
it was
most
quiet,
of Zom
but it
100
was
with
not
me.
fast. It was like a real leisurely stroll.
I don't know. I don't know.
It was a
That
real
fast to
leisurely
me.
mosey.
And I was even waving at her the entire time.
That was fast to me. That was very fast to me.
You're too
Well,
fast.
Wiki's a little
You're
slow,
too
so-
fast.
God damn it, get back here.
I also liked the truck stop episode with his old boss having like the place that they have all the people working at with the zombie apocalypse
Oh,
going
when he
on.
was using zombies as slaves.
Yeah.
That made me. That like two-party made me sad because
No,
he
like,
was just going
that's the
back
point.
into his PTSD.
It's great character development, though.
It is.
Yeah,
It is very great character
That's
development.
true. Yeah.
The part that I really hated about that is that the cab is separated from the truck. There's one zombie in the truck, and the guy goes, "I don't want to be a zombie," and just drives through the fucking fence and lets all of them in. You're a fucking idiot.
And a
Also,
dick.
they would have died in that explosion because
Oh,
all
yeah.
the trucks would have
They
blown
could
up.
have
Yep.
prevented that entire thing. It was just one zombie that was loose.
Yeah, that's what I
That's
mean. It's
great,
like this
yeah.
guy's freaking out. The zombie can't even get to you for one, bud,
Mm-hmm.
and two, it's one fucking zombie. There's 80 of you,
yeah.
most of you carrying weapons.
Yeah.
Hit him with a fucking box.
The RV episode was also funny.
Or one of their like thousands of bats that they have.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
I really liked her seeing like the Volkswagen and going,
Yep. When they were trying
There's
to
got to
find
be
the
one here
RV.
that you would like, you know. And she starts quoting it with the leather seats.
I also like Treehouse of the Dead. That was a very like kind of heartwarming episode where they were building like the guy who was just out in the forest and they were helping him build a
Dude,
treehouse.
he's like, I always wanted to build it. I told my son I'd always build it with him, and then he was just like, I'll help you.
Yeah, that was. This show has a great mix of like having its wholesome episodes, having its just completely outlandish moments, but in the end still having like a good show as a whole.
"Can we agree Akira's a fucking idiot?"
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Who's that again?
The
Main
main
character.
character, Akira
Oh,
Tendo.
100%. But that's why it works so well.
Yeah.
But like, I want to see if my parents are like, "Yeah, let's stop and build this fucking treehouse real quick." That will likely take multiple days because it's a fucking treehouse.
And it was a solid.
He's like,
treehouse.
they'll be fine in the middle of nowhere. He's not stupid, but also like he's trying to live his life. He wants to build a treehouse, and he's gonna help build a treehouse.
Yeah.
And his plan is under the assumption that he will become a zombie at some point. So it's not like he's
That
necessarily
is
trying
true.
to not be a zombie.
But his whole thing is he wants to make sure his parents are safe, so he's gonna lose multiple
Not his whole
days.
thing. That's part of his bucket list. That's not his only goal in life. That's just
No, but
part
his
of
whole motivation at that moment was to get to his hometown and make sure his parents were safe, which is a good motivation. And I swear to God, if I found out that my kid was trying to make sure I was safe and in the middle stopped to help some random guy build a treehouse, like, yes, does it come back to randomly help them? Yes, because the guy decided to build a fucking bridge and then was strong enough to throw it across the fucking chasm.
Yep.
There's a lot of shit that doesn't make sense, but it's also anime and I'm fine with it.
Oh,
but also
yeah.
it's frustrating sometimes.
This show isn't made to be taken seriously. Like
Not at all.
He does a thunder punch against a zombie shark with human legs.
Dude, when he decides
Using
to become
batteries.
a
Yeah.
superhero.
Yeah. He's fucking-
When it bites his arm, he's like, ow!
I was like, oh wait,
It still hurts. I love this show. I definitely
this show is
do
great.
hope that they get a season 2
I'm sure they will.
eventually, but I would want to keep watching it. I thought that they did a great job with it.
In the closing credits in the last episode, and they were showing like all the different survivors and stuff, the people that he met when he was going down the drain pipe,
Oh yeah.
they were the ones that showed up with like the metal sign, so they're still alive.
Whoa, I thought they died. Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure it's them because we
Oh,
didn't see
yeah.
their bodies.
I guess
Anything.
that's true. We saw like bloody clothes.
Yeah, and there were no zombies in the apartment, so they probably like escaped out, and the zombies followed them. But yeah, as far as I'm pretty sure it was that couple.
Well, they had no faith in Akira then, because he was going to get stuff for them.
Yes, a guy that slid down your fucking drainage pipe that you've met for the first time, who's actively going to a convenience store to get beer in a zombie apocalypse. That's the guy you rely on
Definitely.
as the zombies break into your apartment.
I wish he would have kept the dreads the whole time.
I kind of hated him.
I loved them.
I thought it was funny, but
I just loved his
Those
dad
were
saying
cool
that
as
is a
shit."
stupid haircut.
I fucking loved it.
The last episode is my favorite, with the moment of you got to come out here and become a zombie or I'm going to kill your dad, essentially.
Yeah.
And
he
then the
was like
plan?
the fake zombie.
the fake zombie plan, that was solid.
Which, of course, you know it's fake because it's only one color.
Yeah. Well, I know, like I'm sure in their eyes it's all red.
Yeah,
but
yeah. It's not. It's not like canon.
It's probably just so they can have to worry less about censorship.
I could see
Oh,
that.
you know what? That's fair. That's smart, though.
I could see
Yeah.
that
Because-
it just looks better anyway. I
It
think
does.
It looks cool.
Yeah, with a show like this, where that kind of stuff's gonna happen, like it is nice to have that kind of change in palette. Any other
I'm trying to find
thoughts? Oh, you're trying to find the what?
the OP
Oh, I can literally just play it for you. I have the actual song.
so I can remember it.
I do love that the visuals change like every episode.
Yeah, they do change a little bit.
In the opening,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Those dreads look so fucking cool.
yeah, I like the dreads.
Okay, for copyright purposes.
Do you have the ED?
No, I wasn't a fan of the ED as much.
I wasn't really either.
I thought the opening really set the tone for the show. The ED was fine.
I mean, that's how I felt about both of them. Was that they're fine.
I really
But-
like the intro. I like the.
I'm not gonna knock you for liking it. I just,
I mean, no, that's fair. I like the vibe that it gives to the show.
yeah.
All right. I.
I want to listen to it again before I rate it.
That's fair.
Is it the same fucking thing?
I think it's the same
Yeah.
band.
It's it's the open's the same. It's just
That's the ED.
It
the ED.
sounds like the same.
Yeah, I just played the OP.
This sounds the same as that.
Yeah, because they're both the open. I have the actual song.
Wait, the ED's the same as the open?
No,
That's what I'm saying.
no, I just played the
What
open.
the fuck?
Do
you understand
He's
what I'm
saying
saying?
the ED sounds
Yeah.
like the OP.
Yeah. He's saying that they sound like the same song, the ending
Oh.
and the opening.
Am I dumb?
Well, yes.
I mean, yes, but that has nothing to do with this. This is Crimson being dumb and not listening.
He hates me.
He does.
I don't hate people. I just sometimes
Strongly
forget to
dislike
listen.
me.
I just sometimes forget to listen. Hey! Where you at? Oh, hey! Any last thoughts?
I really like it's not a romance.
Yes.
Yep.
I just like do
Yet.
I think I was gonna say I think down the road, but I'm like that they didn't try and squeeze it in the first 12 episodes.
It's nice that I do feel like that one chick and that one guy are gonna get together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Eventually.
But it's nice to see them start out as friends first.
yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
It's
And not just even that, it starts out with her beginning to respect him
yeah.
because he's trying to live his life after so much shit for the last 3 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I do like that they didn't try to put in the love triangle or the love in so early. It's a slow build.
I mean, he's obviously attracted to her.
Oh yeah. Wait,
know.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, I don't either.
Hot girl in a
also,
tracksuit.
The sushi part.
That was so
That was
dumb.
my favorite episode.
That was
He's
fucking-
only in it for the sushi too.
Well-
she's delivering food to survivors. We gotta get sushi.
And then
I've
the
never
epic-
felt something so. If I go to zombie apocalypse and I found out there was a sushi chef nearby, I would do everything in my power to have sushi one more time.
and that fight with her and all the zombies and everything. That was pretty dope.
Mhm.
Yeah, the show slapped.
Also, beer.
That fucking asshole boss taking the credit for Akira.
Yeah.
Akira being like, we should serve some cold beer.
Fuck that guy.
I still
Yeah,
wish they would have kept in
terrible.
the line. At least I got to see her tits. Because it's so funny to me. I love that line so much in the manga.
Yeah.
Because it's another example of him being like depressed, but finding the good in it at least.
The good in the depression.
hmm
Yeah.
I mean, he still felt that way. It's
Yeah.
just that line wasn't there.
But that line's so funny.
Yeah.
It is, but they
It
had
would be
a lot
like
of them where-
Banana without Black Banana.
That's fair.
Still funny, but missing one of its best moments.
Yeah.
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 All right.
All right. We want to get in the ratings?
Excuse me. Let's do it. All right.
Go ahead and kick us off, Crimson.
Personal enjoyment, I gave a 9 on this. I really did like it a lot. I watched it prior with Erica before assigning it, and we loved it. We just never at the time had the chance to finish it because the dub schedule was so out of whack.
Gotcha.
But no, it was a solid show. Animation, I gave it 10. I really liked the animation in this show. It's not going to be like your Violet Evergarden kind of animation. Like this is like a whole different style of animation, but it fits so well and it's so beautiful, and there's nothing that seems like it's too out of place with this. Character development, I gave a 6. There was a lot of moments where there was a lot of character development at once, and then not so much because it's just them going through and just, living life, doing things, fighting zombies, surviving, things like that. But there were a lot of moments where when there was character development, it was all like it was all one big chunk.
Mm-hmm.
And it was good. I just think that I feel like if they wanted to have that character development, they would, kind of do slow, like increments up, like what we've seen with normal shows. Soundtrack gave a 9. Love the soundtrack. ED was fine. Open was great. World building, I gave a 7. This one was a little hard for me to kind of map out, to be honest, because it's the world. We're following the world of a guy who is in a zombie apocalypse and wants to do a bucket list. Like, there's world building, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
It just starts off really. The world building is mostly at the beginning where, working a piece of shit job. Now there's zombies. That's kind of it.
They do build upon like how a lot of different survivors are living.
I guess that's
though.
fair.
And that's the world they're living in.
That's fair. You know what? I'll mark it up to an 8. So we'll bump it up 1 point. Plot, I gave an 8. I thought the plot was actually pretty good for the show. That, like, because again, it goes back to a lot of the zombie apocalypse kind of things that are going on right now. Is like, how do we stop the zombie outbreak? How do we survive? Which This one is a
How do I get some
survive.
beer and a widescreen TV?
Yeah, well, this one's
And a gold watch.
This one's kind of like that how do I survive thing, but this is more focused on like the I want to do these things before I become a zombie.
How
and
do I
love that.
thrive?
Yeah, exactly. How do I thrive before becoming a zombie? And I loved that. Voice acting performance, I gave a 7. I thought most of the voices for the dub were fine. I liked Akira's. I feel like for some reason he could have been somebody like if his voice actor was different, it probably could have worked better. But I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. Art style 10, gorgeous. I love what they did with the blood. I thought that was a genius way of using different colors and making it kind of pop. Uniqueness, I gave a 7. It's still a zombie apocalypse show, but it does have a big twist on it, so it does go up a little bit in uniqueness for that. Recommendation, I gave a 7. I'm debating. Yeah, I'll leave it at a 7. I like the show. Some people might not like it, but it's a solid watch. I loved it. So total for me is 81.
Nice.
I'm probably going to have the highest score on today, so
Nope.
we'll see what happens. Nani? I said I'm probably going to have the highest score, and I got corrected. Wait, he hasn't gotten that far yet.
81.
81.
Nope.
Really? Wow.
Like my scores are pretty different from yours, but
Same.
Wow.
I'm just gonna
Did
go.
I subconsciously lowball this show out of paranoia?
I don't know about that. I'd say your scores are pretty reasonable.
Okay.
I think a lot of the scores are probably gonna be pretty consistent with Suzume,
That's fair.
like low to mid 80s.
All right. Yeah.
I'll just go.
Go for it.
Personal enjoyment, I gave it a 9. I really enjoyed this. I was excited. This is a show that we did as news last year before it was even like fully announced it was coming out and everything. I read the manga for a while up until the point literally like near the end of season 1, coincidentally. So we've been following it for a while, and it was really fun to finally get a chance to watch the whole thing. Animation, I actually gave an 8.
Okay.
The major animation is really good. The 3D animation in the back is terrible.
Yeah, that is true. That's
that's
absolutely
fair.
true.
The art style, I gave it 10. The colors and design of everything is beautiful, but that 3D animation is trash in the back.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Character development, I gave an 8. I think that we see Akira grow a lot, but I think the person that goes to the most is Shizuka.
100%.
And I really like what we see from her. Beatrix is pretty much the same character because we don't get much time with her, but Beatrix is already amazing. So
Yeah, Beatrix is incredible.
I love Kencho as well, the best friend.
Mm-hmm.
What he does with the little girl when she's sad is one of my favorite parts of the series.
Yeah.
World Building I gave a 7. I think they do a pretty solid job of showing different situations across where they go. Soundtrack I gave a 7. I really like the open. Don't care for the close. Plot I gave an 8. I think it's a really fun idea of the way they handle the zombie apocalypse. VA performance I gave an 8, and most of that is because of Bryce Papenbrook as the villain. Not because it's just Bryce Papenbrook, but because it was really well done. I think everything else is pretty solid. I love the German accent for Beatrix from Laura Post. Art style 10, like I mentioned. Uniqueness I gave a 9. I feel like there isn't a huge trope of zombie anime to begin with.
Not of zombie anime, but the zombie trope as a
Yeah,
whole.
but like anime hasn't fallen into that because that's a really American thing.
Hellsing.
Okay, name some others.
Touche.
High School of the Dead, and
Oh, yeah.
there are others, but it's not a super popular one.
It's not like saturated.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's not like psychic powers or aliens or shit like that.
Or isekai.
Yeah, it's a pretty well-rounded genre that when they do use it, usually it's pretty entertaining because every single one is unique.
That's fair.
Fucking Hellsing is very different from High School of the Dead, which is very different from Zom 100.
Yeah. And then
Uh.
Helsing Abridged is very different from Helsing, which is different from High School of the Dead, which is not so different from Zom 100.
Recommendability, I gave a 9. I've told multiple people about this show since I started reading the manga, and just with how good the art style and colors and everything on it, I do really enjoy it. So total, I gave it an 83.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Wiggy.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. I sometimes forget I have a mic. My thing for Zom 100. I had to go with the theme of the show and just give it the first perfect 100.
You're a liar.
Make-
So I'm
makes
just gonna
sense.
say that right now, and they're all 10s, and I'm gonna pass.
Are you serious? Zom 100 is your first perfect 100 of the
It does
entire
not deserve
podcast.
that. Not even for a joke.
You
I've
go.
seen his score. He's fucking with you.
Okay. I was just say, like, I know it's a
But
good show. but
you
there's
really
no
did
way.
convince Crimson.
I was gonna say, like, I get, like, it's a solid show. Like, I get it. But out of everything that we have,
You think he would
seen-
give it a better score than Boy and the Beast?
Okay, that's fair.
He gave
Fuck
that
yeah.
shit a 99.
That's
personal-
valid.
Personal enjoyment, I gave it 10. Animation, I gave it an 8. Character development, I gave it a 9. I actually thought the character development in this show was very good. I almost gave it a 10, but I bumped it down 1 point. Yes, there was a lot in big moments, but there's also some very small moments that change characters just so slightly. When they, like, notice things with the girl with the whole shark thing, she starts to realize the aspect of what it meant to be a hero. There's just, like, little snippets in the show where the character development shows. You just gotta pay attention to it.
That's fair.
And there's a lot of it. And so the characters may not have changed 100%. Like the girl, she just had the attitude change of like, I need to start living my life. Her personality was the same, but you also get to
People
realize
tell me
why
so,
her
but
personality is that
I'm
way
screaming
because it
out,
gives you
"Fuck
flashbacks to
that."
her dad and the way he treated her back in the day. And that kind of like developed who she was today. So we got to see that aspect. And we got to learn more about that dude and why he doesn't. He lied and pretended growing up just to impress his friend, and now he's not. He doesn't care. He's carefree. He wants to be funny. He doesn't want to lie to his friend anymore. He doesn't want to put up a face.
Right.
All that stuff. And you get to see the same stuff with other characters that we come across the way when it comes to Akira, whatever his fucking name is.
Akira.
His dad changing his personality and showing his true fun side for his son for the first time in however many fucking years. And
After
it's-
getting hemorrhoids.
yeah.
Mhm.
And then same thing with the mom and
Right,
the
driving you
the
crazy.
village
Time
elders
to go see the doctor.
developing, and they're like, yeah, we got to protect these people that protected us. Like
That's fair.
we're not old. We're old, but we're not broken. You know what I mean? We
Yeah.
can fucking help. Like them developing and getting like the stuff back. They're just back in their life. There was a lot of character development in this show.
We're not
That's
old.
valid.
Fuck
There
my
was a lot
knees.
A lot of character development.
Yeah.
Soundtrack is a 6 for me. World building is a 6. Plot is a 9. Voice acting performance is a 9. Art style is a solid 10. Uniqueness is a 9. And recommendability is a 9 for a total of 85.
So I really thought when you started doing, personal enjoyment's 10. I thought you were just gonna keep the joke going and just be like, yeah, this is 10, this is a 10,
I told
and
you.
then put your phone
everything's
away
a-
and just stop talking altogether.
Yep.
Says everything is a 10, then be like, my total is 85. I would be so lost. I'd be like, huh?
What
No, the best part is
happened?
make everything a 10 and then explain all the flaws.
Yeah. This is what
Yeah.
I fucking hated about this show, and which gives it a 10.
And that's why it's perfect.
Yeah.
It's like that video. It's like, yeah, it's the triangle. You know where it goes? In the square hole.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here's my ratings for Zombie 100.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Zambi 100.
Personal enjoyment, I gave it a 10. I really loved this show. It was a great ride the whole way through. Animation, I gave an 8. Just like you were saying, Frenchie, like all of the stuff kind of in the foreground was amazing, but as soon as it showed, like every time it showed the background 3D models, they were just awful. And I get it, they're zombies, so they're gonna be like shambling around and shit. But
when it's noticeably like shifty,
yeah, it's terrible. Character development, I gave an 8. I'd say that there was a good amount. Like there was at least a little bit in every episode from somebody, I think. Soundtrack I gave a 6. I thought it was aight. World building I gave a 6. I think that they gave us just kind of what we needed for the sake of the show, but they didn't give us like a whole lot. Plot I gave a 9. I really loved how it played out. Voice acting I gave an 8. I thought everybody, at least most people, were pretty good. Performances
Hell
were
yeah,
pretty good.
brother.
Art style I gave a 10. I loved how it was designed. And I really love the colors. That's really cool. Uniqueness I gave a 9. Like it has kind of tropes. Like technically they're zombies, but it's really just one of those kind of shows about like you can do whatever you set your mind to.
Mm-hmm.
It's really just kind of one of those shows disguised as a zombie show.
Beer.
Yeah. But other than that, there's nothing that really does like its kind of mix of what it's trying to do the way that it does. Recommendability, I give a 9. I'd say most people would like this show in general. Total is 83. So Crimson, who thought he had the highest scores, had the lowest.
Weirdly enough, that's not what I wanted to fucking click on. There we go.
What are you talking to me?
What are you doing?
Just give me.
So our average is 83.
Nice.
Just kidding. That was one of my favorite things you've ever did, still to this day.
Between that and rumbling.
Dude, yeah, that's TikTok, great.
I'm still so mad that the sound isn't on TikTok
Just make it a
anymore.
YouTube short.
True, you could do that.
I could do that. That might make it. Yeah.
And then it'll just be on a better platform anyway.
Fair enough.
Rumbling
Yeah,
in my
fuck
Tom
China.
Tom.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, but seriously, fuck China.
need food.
All right, anyway.
My brother.
Nom, 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 nom.
Yo, brother.
What?
You said yo, brother.
My brother.
Yo, brother.
He
You know
has
that's
cancer.
He does. He's got 2 treatments left.
Whoa, nice.
Ooh, too.
Right down the middle.
I fucking
O.J.
hate
Simpson
Sketch
style.
so much.
I fucking love him, dude.
He annoys
He's-
the shit out of me.
He's so fucking goddamn funny. He's got the quickest whips on the planet.
But does he have faster
Whips?
nays?
That was actually really funny.
All right. Want to round us out here?
Yeah, well, thanks again for joining us for the Zom 100 review. And if you were hanging out with us earlier for our giant fight, thanks for joining that too. If you didn't join us for that, why the fuck not? Go back and listen to it.
Listen to it 3 times.
3 times. Got to get that algorithm going.
And the anime assignment again was.
If we're not popping up on your algorithm
Change
sucks.
Samurai.
Yeah,
Someone gonna Sandu?
yeah, it's exactly that.
Whoa,
Whoa, you racist.
Samurai.
Someone gonna Baconator. Sandu?
You got it.
Actually sounds good right now.
Katsugeki, Token, Ranbu.
Oh, the samurai wasn't in the title?
Nope.
Samurai of South Park.
Rumbling.
Shitty Samurai.
Tolkien.
I love that they changed his name in the subtitles for past episodes.
Yeah.
Literally every episode, just to gaslight people.
It was always Tolkien. It was never Token.
That was such a funny episode. But
Why,
anyways.
why would we name our son Token Black? That's fucked up.
Did they really gaslight people to that?
Yeah.
They went back and changed the subtitles, like the closed captioning, for every episode that Tolkien is in,
Or named.
and changed the spelling of his name to Tolkien, like J.R.R. Tolkien.
But what about when they say his name? Can you still hear it token?
Well, that's
Kind of. It's the
kind of
joke.
the joke. Yeah.
That they've been saying it wrong this entire time. His name's always been Tolkien.
Yeah, because that's his dad's favorite author.
Yeah.
And it's one of the funniest things the creators have ever done.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
I want
You
to
thought
rewatch
my
basketball.
son's name was Token Black? Well, yeah, because he's...
Why'd you guys
'Cause
name
he's
him Tolkien?
what?
Well, it's his favorite author. Who? J.R.R. Tolkien. You think we named our son Token Black? Who does that?
I love South Park.
It's so good.
Same.
All right, guys, time for the sex party.
All right, bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the Weekly Weebs podcast.
We'll be back next week with more exciting anime talk.
Make sure to join us every show to stay up to date with what's going on in the world of anime. We'll catch you next time.